Good afternoon. The Arts Council for Monterey County welcomes you to our monthly online segment, Artist Spotlight. I'm Karen Lee Garcia, the program's director, and today I am so pleased to welcome local artist Sea Sevilla. Hi.
Hi, thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Yes, happy you're healthy and that you made it through the
It's cool.
storm.
Yeah, it was scary there for a second, but we're back.
Awesome. Awesome. So Sea Sevilla is a Mexican American multimedia artist who currently resides in Seaside. She graduated from college in 2012 with a degree in art education and art studio with an emphasis on sculpture and photography from Humboldt State University. Shortly after graduation, she managed to land a wax finisher position at Richard McDonald Studios and decided to move to the Monterey Peninsula to pursue a career in sculpture. After a few years of learning the ins and outs in the production of fine art, she ventured into the more public and educational aspect of the trade. She started working at the Monterey Sculpture Center, where she had the opportunity to work with artists from all over the world. One of her biggest accomplishments to this day is working with Stephen White on the Comfort Women Memorial located in San Francisco. In the past couple of years, she has been an integral member of the Shop Monterey Collaborative and taken to painting with the muralist group called La Neta. Together, they have completed 7 beautiful murals around the peninsula, the most recent one being a part of the We Create in Sand City's Mural Festival. And C says that through our murals, we seek to not only beautify, but also educate and to work with the community to create artwork that is readily available for everyone. So thank you so much for being here today, C, and I'm excited to get to learn more about you. I just see you in the community creating, so it's nice to actually have a conversation with you today.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah. So we are actually going to start. We want to share with the audience um, a little bit more about kind of how you started, and we're going to share a video for them to get a feel of your background. That was so short. Now I want to see more. So tell me a little bit about what we just saw there.
Yeah, that was my time at the Monterey Sculpture Center when I used to do patinas for sculptures. That particular piece was an award for athletes that Stephen White does every year, and I believe that particular one went to Peyton Manning that year.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, I was like, oh, cool, football.
Yeah,
About it, but
I
it was
actually know that name though.
oh
No,
yeah,
one of
he's
like 5 that I know from football.
right. So yeah, that was at that time, a few years back now. It's been a minute, since the Monterey Sculpture Center closed down.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that was a few years back when I still did sculpture full time.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So you had a transition from sculpture into kind of what we're going to see now. Um, do you want to talk a little bit about that transition from doing that full time to what we're going to get into?
Yeah. Um, so yeah, at the time it was really interesting because I got an injury
Hmm.
where I wasn't able to use my hands anymore as much, and so it's kind of wild how it happened because it literally happened at the end of the Monterey Sculpture Center's time.
Hmm.
It closed down, and I had to go through a lot of medical situations where in the end I ended up getting surgery to
Mm.
be able to regain the
The
motor
use of your
function.
hands.
Yeah. And
Wow.
so it was kind of serendipitous because at that time it was when the pandemic started to roll in also.
Hmm.
And I just found myself in a really dark place at the time, when you spend the last 10 years of your life dedicating to your career, and sculpture was what I was super focused on, and I thought I had it all figured out at the time. And then my body was just like, nope, that's not how this is gonna go. So yeah, I went a bit into a dark, rough time, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm a creative being, so um, I think one of my friends saw that I was really struggling, so I was just going crazy by myself, really, because what was I gonna do? So, and the time that I was healing, I remember she went and got me a pack of 5 canvases from Michael's
Mm-hmm.
and a set of paints, and she was like, "Here, why don't you just try to paint? Like,
Mm-hmm.
stay creative. Like, don't get stuck in your head. Keep going." And so I've always been a three-dimensional person. Sculpture is something very tangible, something that you can feel, look around, and my hands. Like I need to be able to feel things. So
Mm-hmm.
going into painting, it was a little scary.
Right.
Painting to me has always been illusions. You paint something to make it look like it's a three. Like a in my head I was like, how do I make 2D look like 3D? I had just had no idea how to do it.
Right. Totally different medium.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and I don't know if people relate to this, but yeah, it was just really jarring to try to do what I was doing in 3D and 2D. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna paint for fun. Like,
Mm-hmm.
start easy. Just see what happens, really.
Right.
And that's how the Animal Kingdom series came to be, really.
Yeah.
um, I was like, well, I know nothing about painting, so why don't I just start with figuring out like colors and textures and shapes. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, at the very beginning I was like, oh, I'm gonna paint a picture of my dog, which
Yeah.
is my life, right? So but then there was this fear of not being able to capture him as he is, because he's so precious to me. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a painting of him, but first I need to figure out how to paint. And that's where the animals came in,
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, well, animals have all these colors, all these textures, all these different. I mean, they're just magical beings, so different than us. So that's how I got started with just, you know, figuring out how to paint feathers, how to paint fur, how to,
Mm-hmm.
mix and match. And I always joke that my dog is, I always call him my little princess, because he's very, very like demanding sometimes. And that's where the crowns came in, where I was like, okay, so if I'm
What is your dog's name?
Chip,
Chip. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Let's show our audience a little bit of the PowerPoint so they can know what we're talking about right now.
um,
So we're
yeah,
seeing,
that's,
we're seeing a slide of what's to come, but we're gonna start from the beginning. We're gonna pull it up in a second.
yeah.
So Chip is the name of the dog. But so it sounds like you said, there was this moment, and you said it started at the beginning of the pandemic, where it sounds like you had a lot of healing. And right now we're looking at, that work that you were doing with sculptures.
Yeah, that particular monument there is probably one of the highlights of my career as a sculptor. I had the honor of being in Stephen White's team at the time, when he was doing this super important memorial for the
Hmm.
comfort women. And I mean, I'm super proud of this project, because at the time I was, I mean, I worked on the waxes for this, and well, I always had help from my friends, but I always say, like, I created this color, and I, single-handedly apply the patina. I mean, there was people around me helping me out, but I remember that day, it was a 12-hour day, just patinaing those 4 pieces.
And
It was
I've seen this process live and it is labor intensive. So
Yes.
yeah.
It takes, I mean, when people want to talk about sculpture and like the process, I'm like, So you have at least a half an hour to sit down so I can explain this.
Longer than that. I mean, truly, there's so many layers, and you really do have to see it to understand. Like, you
Yeah.
know.
I definitely have like I carry around like a slide of the process for
Mm.
people who are really interested. So I'm like, okay, here, let me pull up my phone real quick. This is how we start, you know? I'm like, this is a PowerPoint presentation on its own because it's a lot of steps, and if you're not familiar with the process, it takes a lot for people's brains to wrap around exactly how it works, you know?
I
Yeah.
agree. And I think we're going to see some of your other. Here we go.
Yeah, this is my personal work. Um, that is that's probably one of my favorite pieces. And that piece was also kind of inspired by my dog in a weird way. Uh, the title of this piece is "Love Overload," and I was just trying to convey the emotion that you get when you look at something or someone that you just, sometimes I look at this creature's little face and I can't even believe he's real, and you just feel this love pouring out of you, like it's so tight in your chest, all this, like, you just want to like rip it open so it flows out, yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces, and it's going to be at the show this Saturday.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It is an absolutely like just it grabs you for sure. So
Thank
this
you.
is you painting.
Yeah, this is me painting at the shop, Monterey,
Mhm.
which is where I usually do all my work. This is my workspace, work studio. If you're around the area, I encourage you to come check it out. There's a lot of great artists in there, great community of people just dedicated to creating. Um, and yeah, this is for the newest series. What I'm painting there is for the newest series that I have going on, um, which I will be. That piece is also going to be at the show. I have a few of the new series. I have a few pieces of the new series at the show just to
Mhm.
tease people a little bit with what's to come.
That's wonderful.
Oh, and
Ah.
this is like the crown jewel over here.
This is such I've seen so many people standing in front of this piece taking photos. It is like this is that piece over in Sand City. It is so powerful.
Yeah, this piece we created with the mural team, La Neta. We're a group of creators, five of us. We're all Latinx heritage, and we really wanted to, when we got together, we really wanted to bring a little more representation to the area because, ocean theme murals are great, but we definitely felt that we needed to add a little more. And
Mhm.
yeah, this is one of the pieces that I'm most proud of for sure. We did it at the We Create Mural Festival in San City,
Mhm.
where we got to work with artists from all over, like all over the world. They bring in real talent to the city to just beautify it, and we definitely were like, okay, we're here with all these top peeps. We gotta show what we got.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know this piece was created in a span of 5 days, and let me tell you about that. We have three different textures on that wall,
Mhm.
and that was probably the biggest challenge. Just because, I mean, this design looked. I mean, it would have been so much easier to do on a flat surface, but
Yeah, because you have the garage door there. It's all I mean,
they're corrugated this way and smaller,
yes.
and then the long, and then the door was flat. So like, especially with that pyramid, trying to make all the lines.
But it's actually, you know what? I mean, I can't even imagine the challenge, but it gives such a cool 3D effect because, it has more dimension to it than a flat surface.
Hmm.
It feels like it's kind of moving, it's definitely cool.
Yeah,
It's definitely very different from a lot of the other ones because of the space that you're working on.
right. And I remember when they first told us the wall we were gonna be working on. I remember being like, "Oh my god!" Like, we went to check out the wall, and I was like, "How?" Like, and this is all done with a spray can too. So it was just, we were like, all right, well, we wanted to show what we had, so here we go.
Here we go. Are you applying again this year?
They send us the invitation. It
Hmm.
is my understanding that they try to give newer artists, like new
Yeah,
artists.
they like to rotate.
I like to rotate. Yeah,
Hmm.
we were
Hmm.
we were encouraged to apply, but yeah, we already have our mark there,
Yeah.
and we want to keep on going. So it's good to give other people the opportunity to have that we
Hmm.
had, because it was an amazing, like absolutely amazing experience.
Was that the first one? No, that wasn't the first one that you've done as Lanetta, right? There was one in a store space, correct?
The very first one we did is actually at the Dali Museum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's when we the guys had already been working inside of the Dali Museum. They have a
Hmm.
mural inside, and they had given that ceiling outside, on that little triangle, which is a very odd shape outside.
Hmm.
And they just gave us free range to work on that, and that was the very first time we all worked together, and that's when we realized we can actually, because putting 5 artists, 5 different styles, personality, like, artists can be divas sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
like big egos, so after that mural we kind of realized that we could work together, and really well actually, and that's when we were like, okay, we can do this, let's carry on doing this.
Hmm.
um
And what are we looking at right now?
this is the latest mural we've done. Creating murals, it's a process in terms of working with cities, working with owners. It's something that I had no idea about, and it takes some time to be able to get in between projects because of all the politics and everything that takes. So this mural is the latest we've done, and we did this at inside the shop,
Okay.
because we had this huge wall, and we were kind of itching to
Hmm.
keep creating big, and they gave us the wall to do it. So this mural, we were it was literally like a, let's just do this for fun.
Hmm.
And I just asked everyone, I was like, what's the animal that you identify the most with? And so it's kind of a representation of how we identify ourselves in a way. So that's why there's 5 animals there, and little Chip right there too, because
Little chip,
he is part of La Neta.
right?
It's the morale officer. He's going around making sure the vibe is right. And yeah, there it
There
is.
he is.
Yeah, um, and of course I am. Uh, of course, I was gonna be a pegacorn. I don't know. I was like, sure, this is who I feel like I am. But yeah, that was that mural. It's actually super cool when you go and see it, because it's pretty big.
Yeah, I have to go and check it out. And
Yeah,
also, I want to hear the breakdown from the other collaborators on why they chose their animal
yeah.
too.
I mean, yeah, you have to. It's
Yeah,
it's it's really interesting to hear them all talk
that's
about it.
great. And here's these paintings that we initially started talking about from
Yeah,
it's the Animal Kingdom series.
right. This is the Animal Kingdom series. Yeah, they are all very. I try. So when I was doing these guys, I was doing. I was, I was. It was an experiment because I didn't know much about painting, so I was just playing around with different colors and textures and stuff. This one, as you see, is just a black and white, very simple. But
Hmm.
because of that, I was like, the crown has to be something that just is out
Pops.
there, like something that just calls you. And if you see, if when you see all of them, they're all very different.
Hmm.
Because there's some, like, for example, this one, the elephant was mostly painted. I mostly painted with a knife palette and my fingers. I didn't really use
Oh,
brushes.
wow.
Yeah, because like I said, I was just trying to get a feel for all kinds of things you can do with paint, which is actually really fun. And
Hmm.
once you figure out layering, to me, it's kind of like sculpture in a way, because I was like, I need to feel it. And so this elephant was done mostly with like hands and then palette knife, and then the crown was done with brushes, super detailed, like
Mm-hmm.
just trying to bring that contrast, that playfulness of like craziness, and then like boom, something that is, you know.
What's interesting to me is the eyes. The like comparing the last painting to this. It really, I don't know. I'm really, maybe I'm just drawn to eyes, and this has a totally different mood. See, this is just, it's very, to say that you did not have you weren't painting, with your art career. I mean, you really captured these animals and brought the essence of these animals forward.
Thank you. This is Chip right here. This is the portrait that I did when I was like, okay, I had done probably like 14 of the royals, and I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to paint him, because I think I understand. And I think you can kind of tell, like if you see some of the earlier ones that are a little more rough, but with this one, I feel that you can be like, oh, okay, you figure it out a little bit,
Mm.
got a little more focus, but yeah, I mean, eyes are super important.
Mm-hmm.
They're to me, the chimp, which is like, and most of the flyers, I think they grab a lot of people gravitates towards it because of the eyes, the way it's looking at you, which,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, great,
Yeah,
got that, capture that.
absolutely.
And yeah, this is the painting that I was working on the others earlier.
Oh, okay. So this is a sneak peek.
Yeah,
Um,
this one is part of the newest series that I have going on, because now that I've now that I've had my fun with the animal kingdom, and that I've figured out colors and textures and stuff, I was like, okay, I can do animals. I think it's time to learn how to paint humans,
hmm,
because humans without the scales and without the fur and without the feathers, it's a little trickier, I think.
hmm.
And so I was thinking, well, how do I transition from something so fun into more of my style, because my sculptures are very dramatic, I find. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do a series of self portraits, because I need to learn how to paint people, and if I mess it up, it's my face I'm messing up. I'm not messing up other
Right.
people's faces. Um, and yeah, this is the one that I started with. This is a huge painting. It's really heavy too. I'm like,
How big is this piece?
that one is like 50 by 60.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's big. Yeah. So yeah, I started with this one just kind of as a tryout with colors, and I actually like it a lot now. So yeah, I carried on with the self portraits now, and I have two more that I will be showing. Yeah, here's the other
Mm-hmm.
one. This one actually got into the Pajaro Valley Arts um, for Alma Sagrada, Cultivating Natural Rhythms, I think it was called, the exhibit.
Wonderful.
Um,
That's currently up right now?
they just took it down a couple
Oh,
weeks
okay.
ago, but it was up there for a month, I believe.
Okay.
And yeah, I was super lucky to get into that exhibit with a bunch of amazing local creators. Also, there were a lot of people from Santa Cruz, Salinas, Watsonville.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really powerful exhibit because of the title was, cultivating natural rhythms, and
Right.
everything to do with um, our land, and you know I don't know. I was like, the world, yes, we gotta protect our
I
world.
mean, this is a powerful piece. And will we have an opportunity to see this at the Sylvan Gallery this
Yeah,
weekend? Okay,
this
because
one is
I
in the gallery,
love
and
to
like
see
I
it
was,
live.
yeah, like I was saying, I was trying to translate that dramatic effect that I have on my sculptures into painting, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that piece definitely captures some of that.
A lot of emotion. I mean, especially the topic that you've mentioned that you're speaking about. We definitely need to be holding and cradling this planet because it's
Yeah,
suffering.
Yeah, it is, and it's with everything going on. It was a very emotional state. I was in a very emotional state, as you could probably imagine, and I was just like, I just wanna hug the world, like
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
embrace it, give it some love.
Exactly. Well, we want to give you some love on this gallery opening that's happening this weekend. So, this weekend, you have an opening reception at Sylvan Gallery on Saturday, June 11th from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Hmm.
And tell us a little bit about this exhibit.
Well, yeah, this exhibit will be running all the way through July 23rd. There you will be seeing past like the literal transition from sculpture to painting that I have going on right now. The We will have live music from 6 to 8, and it should be a good time. I also want to talk a little bit about another exhibit that's going on right now at at the Dali Museum, the
Mm-hmm.
Dali Museum. There is an exhibit called the Don't Say Stray exhibit, who Paul Richmond put together with the team at the museum, and I actually have a couple pieces there too. And there's other, I think it's 30 queer artists who have amazing work. And if you have a chance to go check that out, please do. It's really powerful stuff in there going on too. And I think the reception will be sometime in July.
Mm-hmm.
Entirely sure at this time the times or anything, but yeah, that one is also really powerful, and I would encourage everyone to go check it out.
Yeah, so we just got word that the opening is July 13th,
Oh,
Wednesday, July 13th. So,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's great. I
we'll be there.
saw online kind of how that was coming together. So, um, it seemed to be pretty quickly from what I saw online.
Oh yeah, I got a text on like a it was either a Sunday or a Saturday, and then it was like, we need the pieces by Friday. We're installing it on Friday, and I was like, oh my god, okay, I have this show going on. I have okay, I'll and yeah, like they are amazing. I cannot. It's taken me a week to put my show together, and they did it within like a day or two. They just put everything up, and I'm
Yeah, but
blown.
I'm already hearing just the impact. I was speaking with the founders of YAC, of Youth Arts Collective, and they were like they had their youth there and how just they hadn't seen anything like that before. That was the feedback.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet, but I was pretty, just taken aback by what they were saying with what their youth was experienced from the exhibit. So definitely one that we encourage our arts community, our community at large, to go and see the Don't Say Straight exhibit, along with your opening reception this Saturday at Sylvan Gallery in Sand City.
yeah,
And I love to hear that there's going to be live music.
yes.
It's always a good time at the Sylvan Gallery for the opening
Right,
reception.
right, right.
So
Yeah, so
it's going to
come
be
through.
fun.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I enjoyed so much having a chance to speak with you, and I encourage everyone who is watching Artist Spotlight today to follow you on Facebook at Sea Sevilla, on IG, on Instagram, you're at Art Day Sevilla and at C_Sevilla. Also, you have the La Neta Murals Instagram account, and we will put all of this information into the feed so people can click, follow, just engage,
Yeah.
stay informed with what you have going on, because there's a lot. And you're sparking ideas for me that I'm going to be emailing you afterwards for other things to just get you even more involved. So
Really
thank you. But I
appreciate that.
appreciate your time so much today, and I'm glad you're feeling better. And
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This has been great. And to the community, thank you for tuning in and checking this out. And if you have any mural ideas or any mural needs, you can find us at lanetamurals.com. We are more than happy to come and help out, bring your ideas to life in your neighborhood and in the community.
wonderful. Well, thank you so much, C, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you. Can't wait to see y'all. Come
All
through.
right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.